even know if I want to play yet, Aaron Rodgers said. One of the greatest stars of our generation. Shady McCoy, does Aaron Rodgers still have anything left to offer?
No.
Woo.
We've been lied to so much already, right? They told us that this guy was going to be the savior of the Jets. All they need was a quarterback, great defense, this, that, and the third. And then we get here, and he's having a worse year than Zach Wilson. What is there to offer? Your first year, you get hurt, right? I hate when people get hurt, so it's not his fault. But I think maybe age has something to do with it because he is older. He is James-something age, 40-something years old.
Already going there.
Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is, like, production-wise, what did he do? A guy with this type of experience, a guy with this type of leadership, you should be able to elevate the team. I didn't see that.
Agreed.
It was chaotic the whole year. Coaches getting fired, this guy getting benched, he getting demoted, he's playing, he's not playing. Like, what are we talking about here? And then when that happens, what did you do as a player? You didn't have no stats. You didn't give us no winning performances. So you asked me, like, what's he have to offer? What? Interviews? Some freaking bulletin material to talk about on TV on Fox? On facility? What else is there to talk about? Listen, man, I think he's a phenomenal player in his time. Has a great resume. MVPs, had a championship. Retire, yo. Retire.
What up, Jay? You play with Aaron Rodgers, won a Super Bowl with him. Does Rodgers have anything left to offer, Coach?
That was nice.
I don't know if we do, I don't know if we don't, but we can't go out like that. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I don't know who's going to sign him. I don't know what it is. I don't know where he's going to play, but we cannot go out like that. No, on the real, listen, the most important stat at the quarterback spot, Chase,
wins.
You told me it's
wins.
Yes, sir.
And to be honest with you, that's really the only thing Aaron Rodgers is not accomplishing. Because you cannot sit here and tell me that he can't play football. You know what I'm saying? That's what you cannot tell me. Because when I look at these numbers and all that, and this is a guy off of an Achilles. You know what I'm saying? But you look at 17-7, 17 touchdown passes, 7 picks. Patty Mahomes has 18-11. Jordan Love has 18-11. Jalen Hurts has 13-5. Kyler Murray has 12-4. Josh Allen has 18-5. So what I'm saying is these are some pretty good quarterbacks in the National Football League that Aaron Rodgers is right there with number-wise. 18 drops in football, tied with Joe Burrow, right? For most, not least, for most. I'm not going to blame it on everybody else. The only thing I'm going to say is as a football player, I feel like Aaron Rodgers still has some left.
Yeah.
I do. I truly do. The way he plays and help his team win, that's not there this year. He has not elevated everybody like Shady's point. He is not winning football games. True. But when you watch him play, he still can play the game of football at a high level, in my humble opinion. So if you want Aaron Rodgers and you need a quarterback that can play some good football, Aaron Rodgers can still play good football. And it's showing. Just not in the win column.
Yeah.
You had Kyler Murray up there.
That's what they got.
With Aaron Rodgers, okay. Look, I think he absolutely has something else to offer, but it's not for the Jets.
Oh.
It's not for the Jets. Like the Jets, you're going to be in your 14th season of not making the playoffs. It's the most in North American sports. Most years that you've missed the playoffs in a row. You were brought in as a 4-time MVP to go and change that narrative. Wins the most important stat. You have not been able to do that. Now, I don't know if it's your fault. I don't know if it's other people's fault. That whole organization is a mess. It's dysfunction. But you can't tell me right here that there's 20 other quarterbacks that you'd rather have than Aaron Rodgers. But my thing, based on the stats, like he's done some good stuff on the field. Like physically, he has. Mentally, I don't know. Like I don't know if he's moved on or not. He seems to be wishy-washy. My thing, though, is if the Jets move on from him, which I absolutely think they should do. I think they should blow the whole thing up. They need a new head coach. They need a new GM. They need a new quarterback. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers can play more than another year in the league purely based on age-wise. What team's going to sign him? Like what team is going to want to be the headache of Aaron Rodgers from the media storm? Like, what, he's going to go and give you 16 games? Are you going to make the playoffs? Are you not? Like, the teams that need quarterbacks are going to be non-playoff teams. Do you want to do this whole thing again? So I think that's sort of the reality that he's come to. And sometimes for a 4-time MVP, I'm thinking, I mean, obviously I'm not a 4-time MVP. I'm thinking that it's got to be hard to come to terms with for him, that his career is coming to an end.
Really good point.
And so for me, it's him talking about it over and over again. And he's like, oh, well, maybe I want to stay with the Jets. The Jets shouldn't want him back.
That is where I actually vehemently disagree with you. I prepped my whole. I prepped
the Jets shouldn't want him back.
I'll get to it. I prepped the whole notes driving into work because I prepped driving into work. And then as I'm talking through things and talking through my logic, because I started exactly where Chase was at, and I think everything he said was eloquent. I think everything he said was brilliant. I said it at first, and then I was misguided. What's the Jets' other option? Aaron Rodgers still has stuff left to offer, in my mind, the Jets. Keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers is only the 16th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, making $37.5 million. He's probably around the 16th best quarterback in the NFL. So if you're the Jets, it is a porous draft class at the quarterback position. Say what you will about the hype that Shedeur Sanders comes with. Outside of Shedeur Sanders and someone suggests Cam Ward, there are a lot of question marks. So what are you going to get from the draft? Nothing. Free agency. Who we like? We want to go get Kirk Cousins, assuming the Atlanta Falcons gets him. We want to go get Justin Fields if the Steelers stick with Russell Wilson. You want to go get Daniel Jones? He's going to be out there. Who you like? Who you like, Jets? You tell me, because those are your options. You want Sam Darnold?
Any of those
guys. The
Vikings
are going to get J.J. McCarthy.
Over Aaron Rodgers.
And none of those guys are going to lead the Jets to their first playoff season. What? None of them are. None of them are as the Jets are currently constructed. Now, if the Jets go get a brilliant offensive mind like a Ben Johnson, sure. But again, I don't love statistics, but sometimes you are the company you keep. And if you're not the company you keep, at least you're not the polar opposite. And there are 4 quarterbacks with 17 or more touchdowns and 17 or fewer interceptions. Aaron Rodgers is not these guys. But Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers. At least he's not on another list. So for me, given the fact, Shady, he's only making the 16th most amount of money. 16th. Yeah. 16th.
You keep saying the 16th, but, like, how's he playing, though? Is he playing like a top 16 quarterback?
I would say that.
Top 20. Top 20 for me.
Top 20 is not great.
Top 20
But I'm saying why? Because some stats?
No, he's had 3 or 4 games.
I don't think so. When I watch him play, I don't think so.
But Shady, there's Anthony Richardson's of the world. There's Caleb Williams's of the world. There's Aiden O'Connell's and Gardner Minshew's of the world. There's Trevor Lawrence's out there.
Yeah, So most of the dudes you talked about are younger dudes, right? So my thing is, this is what I'm saying. If you go ahead and bring him back for another season, what do you get from that? Because first of all, you gonna pay the 16th,
37, 16 most.
Okay, so $30 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. And another thing is, like, what are you getting from that? Yeah. At least a young dude, like the guys Richardson, you can really develop them guys. There's no development here. So, like, you wasting time with Aaron Rodgers. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
You wasting time. Like, at least you got a young guy. He's gonna be a little cheaper for one.
For sure.
2 is,
absolutely.
I could develop this guy. Maybe he's very. We don't know his ceiling. The younger dude. We know his ceiling. It's a wrap.
But the
last thing is, we cannot act like we just went through a whole year of them just playing bad football for the Jets. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that had to do with the quarterback.
No doubt. No doubt.
And the reason why they got Aaron Rodgers, they thought that he could elevate the team. He's not doing none of that. And we talking about we are some stats.
Yeah, but we are also praising a lot of dudes in the National Football League that are not playing as good as Aaron Rodgers. And I understand Aaron Rodgers has brought a lot of this on himself. You're a 4-time MVP. You're not playing at an MVP-type level. Everybody's waiting for that MVP quarterback to come back. Because I remember on other shows, Shady was telling me Aaron Rodgers ain't got to be the MVP dude. He can do the minimum and win games. He told us that. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is the minimum. Yeah. But they're not winning football games.
So why keep him?
Hold on. I believe you should keep Aaron Rodgers, draft a dude. You draft a dude and you do the Jordan Love situation. You keep Aaron Rodgers, you let him help develop this dude, and this will be Aaron Rodgers last year. And he might not even play the whole season. The young fella might end up coming in there. Aaron Rodgers still can play the game of football. That's my only. We're sitting here talking like Aaron Rodgers can't play the quarterback spot.
Where my thing is this: there's a lot more wrong with the Jets. A lot more.
No question.
A lot more than the quarterback position. The quarterback position has not been elite. It hasn't been great. It's been average. But we all thought that if the Jets had average quarterback play, they would have won 8-9 games. They've had average quarterback play. The Jets' defense has been atrocious. The Jets' coordinating has been atrocious. Offensively and defensively, it's been atrocious. The Jets' players on defense have been atrocious. I think you said Jets' special teams. Greg Zuerlein has missed 3 kicks. So when I look at it, I'm like, if you do move on from Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to die on the hill. I don't care that much, Shady McCoy. But if you move on from him, for what?
So real quick, you want a 42-year-old average playing quarterback. Is that what y'all telling me at $37 million? Is that what we want?
No.
Let's think about what we're saying, though. We all play in the NFL. You telling me for the Jets, right? This is not the Titans. Yeah. We thought that this team had a chance to compete. We kept talking about contenders. We said, when Aaron Rodgers here, they can contend. They got all these wide receivers and et cetera, this defense. So y'all telling me, you two, that you rather have a 42-year-old quarterback that's playing average, that's not winning, That's what y'all want.
Yes,
For 1 year? For what, though? No, for 1 year?
Let me
makes no
explain.
sense.
If you're going to ask a question, allow the individual to explain. What's the alternative, right? Because what we say a lot about whether it's Mitch Trubisky, whether it's Daniel Jones, is, man, why they draft these dudes? And why they draft them so high? They had no choice. Chase, you were there. You were in Chicago. You understood as a quarterback, like, oh, we have to reach to draft a quarterback. Albeit they drafted the wrong guy, but they reached. When they drafted Daniel Jones, it was a bad draft class. Albeit they drafted the wrong guy, but they had to do that. If the Jets move on from Rodgers, you want them to take Carson Beck out of Georgia in the first round? You want them to take Quinn Ewers out of Texas at number 10 overall, number 8 overall? Carson Beck struggled against the Texas defense. What are you going to do against the Bills defense? So what do you want? You want them to go get Justin Fields? Shady, you won't be criticizing him for that too? You want them to go get Sam Darnold, who's had 9 good games in his career? So I'm just suggesting there's not a healthy alternative.
Yes,
Chase.
no, there is, though.
Which
because
is what?
we're forgetting about, the play on the field has been average. You're saying
Yes.
16 to 20.
Double R. Regular.
I would agree with that.
Like a lot of these
Why are you stuck? Why do you want to be stuck if you're Woody Johnson in another year with Aaron Rodgers being regular, paying him $37.5 million? You don't think you take $27.5 million of that, put it toward other positions on a team, and go out? You're going to sign it. You're going to
Get another regular quarterback.
Listen. You have to. With the Jets, you have to make a home run hire at head coach.
Sure.
It has to be a home run hire, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And probably because they just got done with defensive head coach, they're going to go offensive.
And Ben Johnson
Why
is the
not
home
offer
run.
Ben Johnson
yes, sir. Okay,
the job?
check. With you there.
You're telling me that Sam Darnold and Ben Johnson's offense can't be better than Aaron Rodgers? No, not on the field, but off the field as well. We're forgetting about every piece of headache that Aaron Rodgers has ever brought to the Jets. It's all been headaches since he's been there.
That's true.
He's been the GM, he's been this. Forget about the on-field play. I'm not renting Aaron Rodgers for 1 more year. You saying, okay, draft someone. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to want to do what Brett Favre did to him?
Here's my question.
There's no chance.
The name you just mentioned, when I'm not mad at it because he's had a great year, Sam Darnold. Do you really believe?
You don't throw your hands up at me. That's
Jets,
crazy.
hold on. That 60,000 Jets fans in MetLife who already saw Sam Darnold trot through those doors
probably not him.
7 years ago. You
Justin
really
Fields,
think that they
Kirk
want to
Cousins,
see? You think they want
any
to
of them.
see Justin?
But
Anything better than Aaron Rodgers? Do you know how fed up the Jets are with Aaron Rodgers? Bro, not only the fans, the people inside the locker room.
That
He's
I
a
agree with
cancer,
you on.
bro.
That I agree
Forget
on
about
that.
the play on the field.
So what are we
he's
talking
not
about?
been good.
What are we talking
players.
about? Forget about the play on the field.
Yes.
What are we talking?
Because what you rent them for 1
So bring
more
me
year?
in then. I'm a good dude. Bring no for real though. It's about the play on the football field. If you get a
Right,
quarterback
so
like
much
Ben
more than the
Johnson,
play on the football
if you get a
field.
head coach like Ben Johnson, you want a solid quarterback. Period. In the National Football League, you're not winning no games with a solid quarterback. All due respect to Sam Darnold. All due respect to Sam Darnold. His career ain't been that good. Right. Is he blessed right now having a solid year? Yes, he is. But even with him having a solid year, he's regular. And he's barely playing better than Aaron Rodgers. The only difference is the W. And all these quarterbacks that I've said right here, the only difference is the W's. It's not like Aaron can't play the game. Now, if you bring in a new regime in there and they say, Chase, hey, man, listen, we want a young quarterback. We don't want to deal with some of the off the field. That's different. But if we're talking about the way the man is playing on the football field, he's playing just as good as some of these quarterbacks that we're talking about that is
He's
good.
got one more year left.
You can't say he's playing as good as some guys when those guys are winning games.
Yeah.
So when you get it, think about it, though. If we got the same stats, but the difference is I'm winning, we can't be looking at the same amount. So my thing is when I come in the building, whatever my stats are, I'm going to elevate the team to win. Aaron's not doing that. We put all this pressure and hype on him to do this.
Yeah.
And now he's not doing it. So my question is, James, why would we bring him back? And you owe this
1 year.
Really
You're going to have
all
one
I'm
year to
saying,
play.
Shady, is it's good quarterbacks that's not winning. We're not taking a lot of these Sam Darnolds and stuff over Joe Burrows because they're not winning. We're looking at the way they are playing the game of football.
But when I watch Aaron play for the Jets, I don't see no big difference maker. When I watch Aaron play for the Jets, I don't see nothing special. I don't see it no more.
So here's the thing.
Do you?
But what quarterback? I don't see the MVP Aaron Rodgers no more. I don't see that.
Slow down, hold on, real quick. That's way gone.
I don't see that.
Don't even say that. Just say
I see a good quarterback in the National Football League. I do.
But here's my to me it really comes down to what are you replacing him with? Remember, Aaron Rodgers at a minimum, he gives you hope. If you bring in Justin,
where? Because you ask a Jet fan to give you hope.
Off the field.
They might tackle you.
Yeah, what are you talking?
He gives you hope. He gives you hope because
disagree.
at least you think, oh, there's a chance. If Justin Fields trots out there, because that's an option, there is not hope. If Daniel Jones trots out there is not hope. If Sam Darnold trots out there is not hope. What you want? Drew Lock? You want to go get Drew Lock? You want Geno Smith? You want Kirk Cousins? Family, it is hard to find a franchise quarterback, and unless you're getting Shador Sanders,
so you don't want to draft. So real quick, so first of all, and I'm trying to be respectful because it is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
But when I see him, he looks like an old man that's scared of the rush, that can't get out the pocket. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. On some real talk, though, I feel bad for him, though, because I see how great he was.
No question.
As now he's at this level, and it's like, yo.
And that's why we're trying to compare him. We can't compare him to that MVP Aaron Rodgers. We can't.
Can you stop saying the MVP Aaron? Because I can't see that nowhere. Like, there's nowhere I can see that at. Nowhere, at all.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying about Aaron Rodgers right now is, why not go out and get maybe a draft a young dude? You keep saying the draft class is this, that, and the third, but let's find out.
Don't you
find out?
Shady?
Because right now, Aaron is giving you the same thing Zach Wilson gave.
He's giving you the same. Well, he's not giving you the same things numbers-wise, but wins-wise, he's giving you the same thing. Because the last two quarterbacks they drafted.
That's the dilemma, Shady. Like, you tried with Zach Wilson. You tried with Geno Smith. Like, you've tried the draft. Zach Wilson was a top 5 pick.
You're forgetting the one that he won.
Look, let
Sam Darnold. You tried with him, too.
No, listen. I'm saying when you bring one of these guys in, I think that's probably the way they should do it if they move on from Aaron Rodgers. Bring a guy in, like, you didn't have to be Sam Darnold. One of those guys, probably Kirk's Cousins not going there, but like a Sam Darnold or Justin Fields for a year. Yeah. Look, sometimes this organization, we're forgetting, has not made the playoffs in 14 years. Mm-hmm. This is a full-on helter-skelter mess of a rebuild. Yeah. It is a full rebuild from the ground up. New head coach, new GM, new front office, everything. Sometimes you have to take one step back to take 2 steps forward. Get a guy in there like that can hold down the fort enough to maybe get a winning season and build this thing, maybe the next draft class. Because Aaron Rodgers, he may have one more year left. Do you want to go through the headache off the field for average play on the field? My answer is no.
You so stuck on off the field. What, some of the comments he said off the field?
James.
I'm just saying, I've been in the locker room with Aaron Rodgers. He's never been a cancer in the locker room.
I'm not saying he is.
Now, if you're talking about some of the stuff he's saying off the field, like, what is that? Like, as an organization, you still got to run the organization. We're talking about certain stuff. Hold on really quick, though. We're talking about getting rid of a guy that's playing regular to bring in another regular quarterback for 1 year instead of keeping a guy in the building with a regular quarterback. I don't understand that. And not only that, he is coming off of an Achilles. If this was any other quarterback coming off of Achilles on top of him being 40 years old, we would be giving this dude so much grace. But since it's Aaron Rodgers and since it's MVP Aaron Rodgers, it's all this crazy stuff.
But that's football, James. Football is
it's passing you by.
Football is y'all both got Achilles, but you're 42 years old.
Treat everybody like that.
I'm just saying, you're 42 years old. Well, this maybe a young guy.
Not everyone talks.
Another thing is,
like that.
And as much as you say that you don't believe what Chase is saying about the off the field stuff, let's think about it real quick. So in Green Bay, you was leaving. You blaming all the young dudes, right? Now them young boys over there is eating for Jordan Love. Cool. You move on to the Jets. You have some issues with going to practice, not going to practice. That was an issue, right? Then another thing is Mike Williams. The red line is the red line that. So as much as you keep trying to praise Aaron Rodgers, if I got an older veteran player who's not playing at elite level at all, he's playing double R as regular, right? So we're not getting no wins, right? And you can't be a great leader. Why the hell do I want a 42-year-old player in my locker room as quarterback?
And all that
is
stuff,
that real?
And all that stuff is cool. But all I know is that Aaron Rodgers in the locker room is a really good leader in the locker room. Number 2, Jordan Love with all these young boys, same stats as Aaron Rodgers.
What do you mean?
Same number.
He's not going to play. What are you talking about?
I already started off saying wins-wise it's not there. We are talking about Aaron Rodgers playing the game of football at quarterback.
Real quick. What I don't like what you're doing right now is you acting like stats are more important than wins.
They not.
So these other guys you keep talking about
the question
have
is,
a
can
chance
he still
to win
play
their
the game
division.
of football?
Like Jordan Love can almost win his division. Like that's the conversation. Jordan Love is going to the playoffs. That's a conversation. Your man is not doing none of that.
And Jordan Love didn't win 3 of them games because he didn't play. But all I'm saying is we're talking about can Aaron Rodgers still play the game of football?
Yeah. You better support me like that.
Always. And you guys are talking like Aaron Rodgers can't play the game of football.
I mean,
some stuff he's saying is off the field.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.